just to summarize, give a bit of context, historically, municipalities have been designed on the resale of electricity, right? And municipalities have been incentivized to sell more energy because their income has been essentially volume dependent, owing to the structuring of their tariffs. But now what we're saying is it's not just about reselling electricity, it's about getting more energy to flow through the grid, the actual grid, which is an asset in itself. A customer-centric approach, which is what we are trying to facilitate, right? So is basically focusing on what the customers need in these grids and these networks. And the customer needs more options and better energy solutions, which is why municipalities, we believe, need to focus on aspects like grid reinforcement, providing flexibility on those networks, and to basically become a grid operator of sorts, right? So that's a key concept, is these networks are actually networks that are infrastructure assets. And in most countries across the world, developed markets, the network operator or the network owner extracts revenue from that asset like an infrastructure owner. We pay them a tolling fee or a wheeling fee to utilize their asset. And it's very much monetizing that asset efficiently. A lot of these municipalities have inherited legacy tariffs that were actually, in many instances, suboptimal. When we're allowed to now operate in these networks, we're supplying cleaner, more affordable power to their customers, more flexible solutions, whilst at the same time creating opportunities for these grids and networks to monetize their grids. They're receiving the same revenues as they always had before. We're actually taking that a step further. We're saying that municipalities are able to, because it's their grid and it's their network, negotiate and agree with the market, the new market, let's say adjusted tariffs. It's their decision. So they can agree to monetize their grid and their network to the extent that is more optimal. And that's basically what we're saying. We believe that also by facilitating this, it's really a paradigm shift. I think it's a mental paradigm shift from being energy-centric to grid-centric, is moving to a place where you're able to create more jobs, facilitate cleaner, more affordable supply of energy to these marketplaces, and you're able to, as a result, we think, navigate the change that's coming in this country most efficiently with that mindset. It's really a mindset shift. We also believe that what's very important is this change of paradigm or mindset shift also is important for mitigating what we call off-grid flight. Off-grid flight is a reality in South Africa right now, which is very, very real, and it's also worrying, is that at the moment, of course, energy is not readily available. There's load shedding. It's getting more expensive all the time. And what's happening is customers, with a lot of the regulation changes, now it's been made more easy to go off grid and self-generate, are leaving the municipal network. They're leaving the grid and they're creating their own solution. And that is, in the medium term, creating a death spiral of sorts, or loss of revenue for these municipalities. What we're saying is, via opening up the network and creating this grid-centric approach, we're mitigating that problem. We're mitigating that risk. We're allowing the facilitation of cleaner, more affordable power delivery to these customers while they stay on the actual network. And so that means that they preserve their market position, they maintain their revenues, etc. And I think that's very important for municipalities to understand. We're a force for good for the municipalities.